Got it off. We got the same greenish going on. And it's pretty loose. Maybe I can get it off with one hand. Let's see. Oh, seems like it's coming. Yep. Come on. I still didn't find the leaky one. Because remember, the master cylinder was empty, so there has to be a leaky cylinder somewhere. This is pretty much the same as the front. The only difference is you got the crossbar, that one, and you have the e-brake. Other than that, it's the same. So, all right, gonna get to it. Put some brake rejuvenation spray, aka brake cleaner, on it, because you don't know if this is asbestos and shit. So, want to get the most off with the brake cleaner. Then we'll start pulling it apart, and I hope the line doesn't snap. Alright, so took them apart. Basically, this is the only difference, what I was saying with the e-brake. So this is the part where the cable of the e-brake comes in, and it has like a little C-clips that goes on there. So that's basically the only difference. Once you get that one off, you have the same thing going on as the front. These ones are pretty shot. I don't know if you can see, but look at that. It's crazy. And this one, yeah, same shit. I think I'm gonna clean this side first, and then because I don't want rust falling on me, because I gotta crawl under it to get the cylinder off. And I just pray already that we don't snap the line. Let's do that. Alright, gonna call it a day. I put the rust converter on. By tomorrow it will be dry and I can start assembling it. I didn't crack the line. It came off pretty okay. I would say it was a little hard, but it worked, so it's good. The rust converter dried up nicely overnight. Covered up some areas where I don't want paint. So gonna spray those black just to protect them a little. Not covering, nothing. I don't care about paint overspray, because look at the rest of the car. I mean, we don't really care. So I'm just gonna put a coat of black on it, and then I'll start assembling it, and I'll do the drums too. I have to take all this rust off, and I sure wish I had a sandblaster. It will be a lot quicker, but anyway, we just work with what we got. No fancy shops here. A nice coat of flat black on it, and it looks a lot better. Gonna let it dry now. While it dries, I'm gonna take the rust off the drum brake. I don't look forward to that, but gotta do it. I'll paint it black too. Then we can start assembling it. We'll be dry by then, so. Right, we've been painting. Nice and black. Gonna let it dry now. And then I think the other stuff is already dry, so I can start mounting it. Yeah, it's pretty much dry. Not totally yet, because it's pretty cold out here. So I'm gonna wait a little longer. Gonna start by taking the other wheel already off. Don't want to waste time, so then I'll let all this dry, and I'll start cleaning up a little here because I made a mess again. And I'll start preparing all the new parts, and then we'll get on it. And I hope to at least take the other side already apart today and put the rust converter on. That way it dries up and I continue tomorrow. And then I'll just have to do the master cylinder and oil, and then we'll have brakes and we can take it for a spin. First time in 26 years, it will ride on its own power again. This was going way too smooth. Something had to happen. So I tried putting air through the line like I did yesterday for the front, but it ain't coming out in the rear. So something is plugged. I don't know if it's gonna be the steel line that goes front to back. I think it's gonna be the rubber one that is in here. Probably that one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the wheels back on. I gotta repeat the whole process. Put the wheels back on, lift the lift. I'll take the rubber hose off and I'll try to blow those lines separately, like blowing the front to back and then blowing the ones from the rear axle. Because probably is gonna be the rubber line that is stuck, because I already had it on another car, the same issue. But I don't want, because I could blow them in the other direction, but I don't want any nasty stuff to go to the front because everything is new already there. So I'm gonna do that, put the wheels back on, lift it back up, and try to get the line off. First step gonna be, I'm gonna untie this one and hope I don't crack it either. And then I'll blow air. I put a line on it so I can blow it easier. I'll blow air through it, see if the hard line is good, if it's not that one that is plugged. Probably gonna be the rubber one, but just to make sure. Once that one blows through nicely, then I'll try to take that one apart and blow air through that, because I have the hose on it too. And then I'll do the other side once everything is free. I was gonna change this line anyway, but now that I know that there's something plugged, I'm happy I didn't put all the new stuff already, because who knows what could happen, you know? So let's try that shit. I'm gonna sand this area right there, because that's where the fitting gotta go. Put some WD-40 on it, and then we'll give it a try. Okay, so I was able to take it apart. I'm not sure if I bent the line here, because I feel like a little knobble on it, but I gotta check that. But I made a ghetto construction here, just to put that on with the small line. I'm gonna try to blow air through it now, and we'll see what happens. I hope at least the hard line is free. So we're gonna try to blow some air through it. Let's see what happens. Hope it blows. It's coming out. Blowing up the... Maybe I should open it a little so it leads the air out. Oh, some stuff came out. Yeah, like that. Well, it's not plugged. That's the good news. Okay, that's good. I don't know how good the flow is. Oh shit. Made some dust, huh? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna move on then. Gonna take the other side off, and I hope the line of the rear axle ain't gonna be plugged. I don't want to redo that one. That has been a hard one to take off. I didn't record it because I was getting mad. Because you gotta watch out that you don't bend this one. So I put a vice grip on the other side, and I put a piece of the line, because I cut it, piece of the line under it so it doesn't move too much. But we found the issue. Look how plugged they are. Yeah, there was nothing going through this. This is done. I can't even press it, you know? So that was the issue that was blocking it. Now I just gotta blow the lines. I already had some oil coming out, so that might be a good sign that that one isn't plugged. So we're gonna blow some air through it. Then I'll put the new one. Got a fresh one right here. Put a new one. We'll blow some air through it. And then we can continue on the brakes. This is one of the items on a car that you just ignore. If it leaks, it leaks. I don't care as long as it runs. Also, fellas, always keep plugs, because this really comes in handy when you're doing brakes and stuff. Like, you can basically put them everywhere. I think I got one over here too. See the red one right there? So that comes in handy. So I basically keep all plugs that I get in. There's always one that fits in there. Oh, I just dropped them. Damn. Certainly ain't how I planned the day out. Using a lot of time here. I'm gonna try to blow it now and see what happens. I'm gonna put something on it. I don't want it to blow away. I don't know if it's blowing through. Oh yeah, it is. Don't have a good connection here. We got lucky on this one. Probably plugged over the years. We didn't use it. So my grandpa's Chrysler, we had the same issue, but it wasn't in the hard stage. It was still like, I don't know, like sticky stuff. And it got all the way in the calipers, and we had to rebuild everything and clean everything out. But here, I think we got lucky. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, so we changed that line. Now we got the car back down. We can continue with this. So I have everything set up here to start mounting it. Everything fresh, everything new. So I'm gonna start on it. Alright fellas, this side is mounted up, everything clean, new and fresh. I always put some copper compound on this part, just in case it would rust or something, that you don't have to hammer it off. Normally it won't stick then if you put some grease on it. So I had it adjusted now. I'll try to put it on with one hand. I don't know if it will work. Let's try it. Come on. There you go. That it barely touches. That's the spot where you want to have it at. So gonna put the wheel back on this side. I'm not gonna start on the other side because it's already late and I wasted way too much time on that central line over there and the C-clips. So I'm gonna clean up a little, move everything to the other side, and then I'll start fresh on the other side, maybe tomorrow or maybe next weekend, I don't know. So all right, one wheel to go, and then it's master cylinder time, and then we might have brakes. So we got the driver's side done. Basically repeated the whole process. So took it apart, sanded everything, all the rust off, put a converter on it, painted it. Then we got all new parts in, springs, shoes, cylinders. The line hold, it didn't crack, so that's good. So everything is good down there too. Got the drum painted. So basically the 4 brakes are done. Next up, we'll be painting the brake booster and installing all the new parts down there too. And then we'll get some oil in it, and we should have brakes. Thing is, since we touched everything, I'll have to go through all the fittings and all the lines to make sure there's no leaks. And then I'll just have to put the belts back on. Maybe I don't put the belt from the power steering in yet. But yeah, once the engine runs and everything, we can take it for a spin. So we're almost there. It will drive for the first time in 26 years on its own power, and hopefully have brakes too. So keep pushing. Brake booster time. So this is what's left of it, of the seal that was in here. So this one is okay. I cleaned it up a little. So what I'm gonna do is make something myself, because this is just to keep the dust off. And then I took a old inner tube from a bicycle and I made the other seal that will keep this one in place. So yeah, pretty much doing some homemade stuff here because I couldn't find a rebuild kit for this right now. And it is airtight. I don't know how, because it's all old. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna repaint it, trying to make something here and remount everything. I'm gonna clean all this up too and re-grease it. Only thing I don't have is this one, but I can change that one from the inside out. So I will change that one later on when I do find it, or when I do get it in the US, because it's too expensive to ship for that small part. So yeah, it's gonna be a little homemade stuff here. I don't know how long this power booster will last. It works now, but maybe in a month it won't. So I don't want to go too wild on the rebuild anyway. If it fails, I'll just change it. But right now I'm just gonna do this stuff, and if it keeps working well, that's good. We'll see. This is basically it. I made a inner dust seal with this one that is pretty thick. I cut it in shape, put it in there, then I put the other one around it, and I use a piece of inner tube just to keep it in place. And this will be alright, because once this thing comes over again, where is it? Once this comes over again, it won't be going nowhere. So think it will work. We'll see for how long, but at least we tried. Alright, so I got it all sanded. My boy Nathan, my nephew, he helped me with cleaning up all these little parts and everything. So I'm gonna degrease it now, and I'm gonna put some rust converter on. This time I will spray it on instead of brushing it on. That way I can just hit it with some superfine afterwards, and I can just lay the paint on it, and we'll have like a very nice wet look to it. So this took a while because it was in bad shape, but it's getting there. It will be nice when it's done. Converter is on. Gonna let it dry for the night. You can see how it's starting to get that purplish color. That means it's working. This is a pretty sick product actually, because it's a 2-in-1. It's a primer too. So once it's well dry, I'll just sand it slightly with some superfine with this from 3M. And then I can spray the black on it, and it's gonna stay real smooth. Can't wait. Alright, got it all painted, all mounted up. Everything fresh. So gonna get ready to put it on the car now. Then we can mount the new master cylinder to it, and it should be good. Alright, got everything mounted up. Power booster, new master cylinder. We already put oil in it, and we even bled the brakes already. And it seems like we got breakage. We got brakes, people. So I should do a test drive with it, but I have issues with the power steering too, because it's leaking everywhere. So I'm gonna rebuild that before I take it on the road, but that will be for our next episode, because I think we got enough for the brakes now. So yeah, I wanted to do a test drive in this video, but it will be for the next one. Thanks for watching. Keep liking, sharing, and thanks for all the love, because I'll be getting a lot of messages, and it's really cool that people like it. So yeah, stay tuned for more, and thanks for watching.
Era eso, se le daba el ventilador, tío. Es pavo, tío.